Okay. Good morning, adventurers. We are about 6 hours north of Perth. We got to here last night. It was one of those trips where after work you hop in the car and go. This is a fishing trip with a couple of other guys. They're actually just down there, just started fishing. I'm going to head down there in a second. But yeah, made our way all the way up from Perth last night to this cliff edge here. From here, we don't exactly know what we're going to do. It'll depend on the swell and what these guys see down there when they're fishing. We may head further north into the Murchison Station and go fishing up on the edge of the cliffs, or if it's really high swell and we can't fish there, maybe we'll go down a little bit south of here and fish there. But we'll see how that pans out. I'm going to go down and have a look at the fishing spot down there, but it should be a really good trip. Hopefully we catch something, and I'll sort of tell you what we're at and what we're doing and where we're at along the way. So let's head down and see what these guys are doing. Oh, there's a little fire pit here. Someone's been camping right on the edge. Left a bowl there. Edge of the cliffs. You get down here somewhere. There's a fence just down there. Wonder if that's where you get down. Yeah, this is where you get down for sure. Where do we go from here? Let's see. Look at those rocks. It's worn all the sandstone. We should go here, we might be able to see them from over here. Rightio, we're going to go up here, see if we can get across this little ridge, see where these other guys are. I should be able to get to them eventually. Oh, there's a track up there, I'll take that one. Goat track, or a kangaroo track. Oh, there's a whale. Saw a whale out there breaching. Oh, let's find these guys. So I can see some footprints now, so this must have been the track they took. I reckon I've walked about 3 k's to get to this spot, but I see them over there behind the camera. Fair bit of swell there, guys, so they gave up fishing. I'll probably go up and have a coffee and work out what to do. Someone stashed a crow pot in the rock here. Walk out there and chuck it in and get some crows. Okay, on our way. We're going to go straight up there rather than around. No fish, a bit swelly. It's pretty big swells here. I think like 2.5 meters and a long way in between, so they have a lot of energy. But I think climbing up that hill, they're into coffee. So I'm just heading down this fence line. It's a little scratchy. This is a little better. Looking for a main management track to head north, and then we'll come out on one of the tourist drives, and then we'll head into town, and while we're going through town we'll grab a coffee there and then head to the station, because I think that's the plan. So this must be the road here. Coming up to the main tourist track, so now we'll head into town. Main part of town. It's pretty quiet actually. I guess it's reasonably early in the morning, but it's reasonably quiet for Kalbarri considering there's a lot of lockdown. That's a coffee and a bacon and egg burger in Kalbarri done, and now we're heading to the station, where we'll have to go through the station, cross the river, and head up the cliffs up the coast. Station out here is only a few kilometres out, so just out here and to the left. So we've got to stop here, and they charge a bit of a fee to cross here to go through this station, so we'll go pay that. Let's pull up at the office here, some old buildings. There's actually some really interesting stuff in these, if you're ever out here. It's all sorts of old things in these buildings. Okay, let's pay. So they give you this, so if they need to find you, I'll just open the car up. If they find you or find your vehicle, they know that you're registered, so you stick this up on the dash. And then they can see. Okay, we'll cross the river and head off. About to cross the Murchison River next to the station house. It's a little bit of flow there, but it's not too much. Just up here we'll pull off. There's a little place you can pull off. We'll let the tyres down. At the moment I'm still got 40 plus pound. They're pretty hard, so we'll go down to, I don't know, probably start at 20-ish. It's Not too bad a road, it's just a few rocks. You've got to protect the tyres from rocks. That's the main thing. A little bit of sand, but it's not too bad. On our way, now we head on a station track here, we head towards the coast and pick up some other tracks until we head north about. We've got about 30 k's of station track, so not that far, until we get to at least the first spot, I think. See that the vegetation's changed quite a bit, so this and a bit more scratchy scrub is pretty well what it's like most of the way, and this limestone that's sticking out here is on the track the whole way. You just got to be careful not to damage your tyres if you hit it too hard. This whole sort of cliff edge here is limestone. Getting a little bit sandy. The trees are pretty close now, but it'll open up again. Few corrugations because someone hasn't let their tyres down. Okay, this is a bit of a detour around some really bad rocky bits. It's a bit probably about the same time, just a lot nicer drive because it's on the sand and not on the rocks. So we just have to head inland for, I don't know, must be a couple of k's and then head north again. Turned off the main road and onto the track out to the fishing spot. So now we're heading due west out to this particular spot, which I'm not going to say where it is because it's not my spot, and fishermen don't tend to like their spots made public. I'm sure plenty of people probably know of it, but I'll make it, you can go and find it for yourself. So yeah, a couple of k's down here. So a little bit of rock here, some tea tree type stuff. This is where we'll get some wood if we need it, but I've actually bought some wood and brought wood because being on the coast, you don't find a lot of good wood to burn. So I brought it. But this is a little bit of a rocky patch. And I think there's a spot in there you can camp if you wanted to be off the coast. Mark pointed out to me as he went past. Last hill, I think, before the coast. And there she is. All you can see is beautiful, no whitecaps, just the swell ridges rolling in. So somewhere in here, we should need to turn left. Where do you go now? Right here. this bit of a track. The ocean looks good from up here. Beautiful.
Staying our tracks on that duty bit there, Justin. It's nice and hard.
Let's go and take a look. So that's a nice little area to camp. Take a look at this beach. Some big swells. A whale out here. Breaching, and this is the flat reef. Don't know if you'll be able to fish out there with a swell this high. So we've got everything set up pretty well. Here it is here, a couple of utes, a couple of awnings. I've got a pretty fancy setup, this time for me at least, compared to what I normally take. I'm normally pretty minimalistic. But this time I brought the Weber and camp cot and put the awning out, which I don't normally bother with. So going to be here for a few days, so thought I would do all that. So let's take a look. There's the car. I've got this camp cot that I haven't used very often. Got the Weber set up here. So it'll be half grill, half plate. Food and fridge and everything's in the back. Got a swag here at Tim's. And Mark set up. So we're pretty well ready to go, so it must be time for a beer. Perfect. We're off to do some fishing. A quick cast. It's high tide, but it's the middle of the day. We'll have a cast. Well, the other guys will have a cast. I'll come back up later, get some gear, and then we'll come back up and have a cook up, and then settle in for the night fishing. Look at the size of that swell. That is huge. But it's been pretty close, so we should be able to cast over it. Cars are up there. We've been fishing for a while, and just a few little nibbles, but nothing really to come in, so we just had to get some more bait. But the waves, some of these, oh look at that, that is huge. And they've come up and washed here, so we had to put the stuff up there. Nearly washed away Mark's phone. But between the big sets, it's quite fishable, and the water looks good, so we reckon there's something out there. Whew, so we're back up. Back up to the camp. We'll have a beer, put on some food, and then we'll get back down there fishing. But what a place, eh? There's not many places in the world where you can just drive down and set up camp and fish like this. Lucky to live here. Just going to move my solar panel. Let's have a look at what pumping out. What are we putting out? So it's about 2.7 to 3 amps. We'll just move it more in line with the sun. Okay, let's get a beer. So the serious fishing has started. We've had a bite to eat. We're heading down Well, the guys are already down there fishing. I'm heading down and we'll see if we can catch something decent. And if we do, I'll try and get it on video. Nice sunset, just gone down, doesn't get much better than this. Beach to yourself. The guys are down there, they're coming back. I'm going to get the fire going. So we've got a butane torch here. Let's get this fire going. Some little stuff underneath. So we cranked up a fire and we're going to have a couple of beers and then go down and have another fish and then hit the sack. So that's going to be it for me for the night, and I'll probably catch you in the morning unless we hook onto a big fish later. So I'll catch you then. Good morning. It's it's 7 o'clock or something. Guys down there fishing. I'm just making myself a coffee and we'll get started. So just got the jet boil out. Let's go see what the guys have caught. Don't think they've caught anything. The sky's still nice and clear. Still some big swells rolling in. Tim's just waiting for these sets to come through. It's a pretty big swell, and then there's usually a lull. He just lost the fish before I got down here, so at least there's some action. Last night there wasn't much going on. Not too bad, we'll see what happens. So I'm running up the beach. Tim's got a fish on, I think. Or has he still got it? Oh, maybe he's lost it. So I got bitten off. No sinker, only one hook. I re-rig up. See here, it's bit off the sinker. See how that's minced, bit off that hook. So probably a small shark. So Mark's re-rigged and back in the game. Sun's hitting those waves pretty well now. Looks like Mark might even have a small fish, tailor or something. Swell's huge. Mark uses an overhead, which is a real art in casting. It makes it look easy, but it's not. Oh, he's on straight away.
That's a shark. Big shark.
This is peeling off.
Very, very lucky to turn this thing around.
So it's just going and going and going.
See how quick that's picking up?
There.
Yeah, that's a shark.
Yeah, it's not going to stop. Oh, no, he's pulled up a bit. Oh, there he goes. Ooh.
Getting angry now. Very sharp. Tip!
I think this is a big shark. It's taking him right down to the spool. It's getting a little bit back now.
In the back of your mind, you think it could be a 50-pounder, you know? But I think it's a shark. Wouldn't mind a little bit more line back on here before it goes again. Could be a 50-pounder Spanish mackerel. Coming back anyway. There.
It was a big shark on mono though. Mono trace would be gone by now.
Maybe, unless I've just, because he picked me up so quick, he didn't
Yeah.
mouth it in the water and muck around with it. So,
Oh, he's gone. So probably a shark
I reckon you'll
bit him off.
a little bit of a bite.
Damn it! Would have been good to see what it was. No hook. That's why you need wire.
Yeah, well, maybe a bit of excitement. Yeah, that was a big shark, that one.
Still nothing on the beach as far as fish goes. Looks like Mark might have something on. It's not real big. You got it? Something. Little tailor or something.
Maybe it's on some window today. Might be a dart. Dart. Got a big bit of light on there.
Mark's a pretty good cast with that overhead. So all along these cliffs there's caves. There's one up here. I'm just going to go and take a look. It's probably just occupied by goats. Haven't done so well in the fishing. A couple of big sharks that busted us off. A couple of small fish. A couple of pickups, but nothing came in. So we'll shortly go and have something to eat, and then we've got something really tasty for lunch, which I'm thawing out, and which I actually brought up, didn't catch them here. And yeah, have a cruisy midday and then get back into fishing later on. It's just behind the sun. Let's lots of evidence of goats. Wouldn't be a bad place to stay if you had to. Except for all the evidence of goats, it's you could tuck yourself right up under in there. Okie dokie, let's go and make something to eat. Tim coming back. Time to get something cooking.
Well, that's not the massive one, is it?
No, this one.
All custard head. Yeah. heard a few people say that they use that. They cook that. That's the photo, man. Actually, don't notice as much on highways. Don't say leave highway at like 70 there. 70 or 80 or like a really smooth car. Then here a brand new rubber.
So there you go, that's garlic butter on, what have we got there? 4 crays, 4 halves, and we've got a couple more to go down there, so we'll cook those and see how that turns out. So these crays are coming along just nice, look at that. Garlic butter seeping in, beautiful. So here they are, done, look at that, beautiful. So pull a piece out, look at that. Oh. Yum, eh? Look at that. Doesn't get much better than that. Dig in. Okay, let's get a bit of this stuff washed. So that's dishes done after lunch. I do still have to clean the barbie, but I'll do that later. Soon we'll back out fishing, but I think it's time, after all that, for a beer. What have we got in here? There we go. An XPA, Cooper's XPA. Heading back down for the last fish for today. Probably into the night now. See if we can catch something decent, or at least the guys can catch something decent. Sun's going down, perfect time. Not going to plan because we haven't caught a fish at all. Well, except for the little stuff, bait fish. So hopefully tonight at some point we get to video a big fish coming in. Yeah, normally by now we'd like to have had a few bites, but not to be. Guys are fishing over there, still haven't caught anything, so I'm going to head back up and crank the fire up. So get it roaring for when they come up in a few minutes. We've got a K or 2 to walk. Okay, let's get the fire cranking. Quick way to get the fire going. Now just to find my chair and set up. Good morning. So this is the morning of the last day. Guys are down having a quick fish. Then we're going to go and pack up and head back out and head south. So yeah, really good spot. Actually, a couple of interesting things. Just north of here is one of the vermin-proof fences, which is the vermin-proof fence system in Western Australia. Includes one of the longest fences in the world, and originally it was for rabbits. A lot of them now are built for dogs and emus, but that's not far north of here. and it goes all the way down to the south coast. It's thousands of kilometres of fencing is put all through here, so been up past there once before. Anyway, we'll start to get all this packed up and get on our way shortly. So slowly getting it cleaned up, tables are cleaned up. I've had to clean up myself, so slowly getting there. Weber's packed up, camp cot's packed up. I'll put the awning in and I'll fold the panels up when they dry. Let's keep going. So the guys just ducked down for a quick fish. They're still got to get their stuff packed up, but yep, we'll head south shortly. So we are off, packed up, and now heading back south through Kalbarri, through the station through to Kalbarri, and then that'll be the end, and it's just a commute home. So we just have to get through these little few dunes. So that's it for the adventure for this one. Anyway, just leaving the station, just signed out. Head into town and I'll pump the tyres up when I get there because they're not that soft. And that'll be just a big long commute for six and a bit hours all the way back home. So obviously no point videoing that. So hope you enjoyed and hope it inspires others or you to get out there and have a look around. That's a pretty good run. You want a reasonable four-wheel drive, but you could do it with a standard four-wheel drive. You probably want better tyres than normal. You don't really need a lift to get out there. You just need to be self-sufficient, so carry water, food, emergency things like maybe a sat phone or a PLB, something like that. But if anything was to go wrong, if you stayed put, you'd probably be okay anyway. Someone would realise you weren't back yet and come looking for you. So yeah, pretty good trip. Anyway, I'll sign off and catch you guys on the next one.